WandaVision! Yeah, we're back again. We were hypothesizing. That's not the word I wanted to use. We were thinking we'd do it maybe fortnightly, but there's too much in this show to skip a week. It's all going to come.
It's too exciting. It's too what is going on?
Literally, when I messaged you and was like, have you watched it yet? I then wanted to follow it up with, we need to do a podcast.
Yeah.
And, but I was like, I don't want to say that just in case you're expecting it to still just be a drip feed.
Yeah, don't hype it up too much.
Yeah. The show just keeps going.
Crazy, it's great.
If you haven't watched our breakdown, sort of just literal breakdown and also breakdown of the episodes, they're on here for the first two. This is about episode 3. Mm-hmm. There's no spoiler-free section.
Yeah.
It's episode 3 of a TV show.
Go and watch it.
You're going to watch those
Go
bits.
and watch it.
Straight up, the show's starting now.
Oh, yeah.
It's
now that it's in color,
yeah.
It's we're going. There was little teasers of things before, and you're just oh, this is a little bit weird, but it's here, freaking moving.
The last 10 minutes,
so fast, like a pregnancy, like how fast a pregnancy goes.
Yeah.
That's how fast this show is moving.
I think I learnt more about pregnancy in this episode than I did in PDH. Mr. Dixon taught me nothing.
That's great. Shout out to Mr. Dixon too.
Before we get too deep into the episode, I just wanted to quickly go on to talk about Christopher Beck, who's doing all the music for this show, with a little bit of help for the themes, like the opening of the shows, obviously. But the man is doing an amazing job of capturing each era of music.
It's so cool.
It's
it just works.
Yeah. And it works, but it also, because this is the man that did the 2 Ant-Man soundtracks as well, and a lot of other things, but it feels a little bit Ant-Man. Which works, because Ant-Man feels like a 60s heist film.
It does.
So it's it's coming across. But
it's always fun and a little bit cheesy as well.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's cool.
He can do the cheese.
He can. He's got the cheese.
There was a track in episode 2 when they realize that they're pregnant, and it swells in, and I'm like, I've got nostalgia for that track because it feels like it's from a Bewitched episode that I've seen.
Yeah, okay.
And so I'm listening to it constantly, and it's just...
I remember that episode where she becomes pregnant.
Yeah,
I've totally seen that.
Yeah, so it's really fun, and just definitely check out the soundtracks. They're coming out every Friday after the episode's been on. So episode 3 will be out next week on Spotify and stuff. Shut up, Pete. But yeah, I just want to quickly touch on that, and also touch on the opening theme for this episode. I'm intrigued, because you would think this would be the Brady Bunch one.
Yeah.
But it was Partridge Family. Which I was happy about.
Yeah.
But the house was the Brady Bunch house. It was a bit of Bewitched, but a bit of the open doors to the outside, because that's where Jan would have gotten hit with the ball and all that, or whichever character. There was a bit of... And because, next week is probably, Family Ties and stuff, and Full House.
Yeah.
So it's
Oh, Full House.
Yeah.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
Because it's the freaking...
It's her sisters.
The Olsen twins. Oh, man, that's
pretty fun.
Oh, I hope there's references.
Fringer's Frost. A Touch of Frost. Everyone remembers that old crime mystery show. So
I'd never thought about this before as well, because they've cast Elizabeth Olsen.
Yes.
She's a twin.
Yeah.
In the show, but then her sisters are twins in Full House.
Yeah.
So many references.
When she says, I was a twin, Dad went... Oh, yeah, she is. And then, 3 minutes later, once he caught on that she was actually talking about Petra, he went, oh, wait, she's not a twin.
Yeah.
But she is a twin.
Yeah, but then her twins are going to be
2 boys.
Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen.
In the Full House episode.
In the Full House episode. What the heck? That's
very funny.
I love this.
It's very funny. But basically, great music. I was very happy to hear a Partridge Family thing, because that was my show.
It's very cool.
I didn't care about Brady Bunch.
Okay.
I thought that was a bit... It's almost... For me, that's Bewitched and I Dream of Jeannie.
Sure.
I prioritized Partridge Family. Again, if you watched last week, this isn't a conversation we should be having.
No, not at all.
At all.
I was the other way around.
Yeah, cool.
So I knew of the Partridge Family. I think I'd watched some episodes. Yep. I knew the theme song, so this was clear to me when it came up.
Yeah.
This all makes a lot of sense to me.
Totally.
Partridge Family, a little bit less so.
Yep.
But it's still, it came up.
It's good fun. I mean, the thing that I feel like in this episode, it's maybe losing its... And not in a bad way. I think we're just getting familiar. It feels a bit less sitcom-y. This one in particular, I think because it was a lot more action, even though obviously still in that sort of setting, it felt a lot more like this couldn't have happened in a Brady Bunch.
I kind of almost lean towards, because there were still a lot of Bewitched things, because it's Bewitched in colour, because she's pregnant and rain starts pouring down in the house, and she's like, my water's broke. Yeah. And it's that probably would have happened in Bewitched.
Yeah, totally.
One of my favourite Bewitched jokes was when his uncle, I can't think of the actor.
Yeah.
Just the uncle, and there's one joke where he goes, my feet are killing me. They pan down, and his shoes literally have guns shooting him. Like, that is the best joke. It's just like little jokes like that where they're like, my water's broke. It starts raining.
Yeah, it's a good point. It did still feel like it was very Bewitched. When things are spinning and stuff as well.
Yeah, I think the action more happened towards the end.
Oh, I just mean energetically wise. There's just more energy in it than a Brady Bunch or something.
Yeah.
It felt like this is a step beyond what they would have done.
Sure.
In terms of it. Whereas the other things were very subdued.
Yeah, and he uses his powers
in
front of people.
Totally.
No one notices or questions it.
I will say that's one of the things I'm really loving about this show is that it's portraying Vision as he should be, which is not just a flying man with a laser in his head. Like, he is like Superman. Yeah. Like, he has an infinite amount of powers. Mm-hmm. So I like that they just keep sprinkling with it. It's like, he runs fast. He does all these, like, it's all here. And they're making use of them in a fun way.
They're kind of doing more stuff with Scarlet Witch as well.
Yes.
Wanda.
Yeah.
It's like, she's now just able to... Like, her powers are different to what we've seen in the films.
Yeah.
She's able to do so much more.
They're doing the comic books. It's almost like they skipped over a film where these all started to happen.
Yeah.
It's like, this is what should have been happening all the time. I wonder if maybe her powers were locked up in it. No, because she's a mutant, but she's not a... I wonder if there was some sort of deal going on where they couldn't utilize her to her full extent.
Yeah,
a Wanda?
Okay. I wonder.
Very good. Because I wonder if that's a thing. Maybe they had a bit of like... Because it is still strange to me that they had Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver in Age of Ultron when they didn't have mutants. That was always... Because they're Avengers, but still, that's a weird grey area they found.
Yeah, for sure.
So I wonder if they... but speaking of powers and things that, like, we haven't seen before, when the butterflies become alive, and she's like, I didn't do that. That's Wiccan. That's Billy.
Ooh.
Whichever one. I don't know which one applies to each name. I know Wiccan and Speed better than I do Thomas and William.
Sure.
But yeah, because he's the magic boy in her belly. So I'm wondering if that was his doing.
No, I like that. I really like that theory.
It's pretty cute.
That sounds about right to me.
Yeah. It was a funny... That little bit when they're in there was also very... There's a lot of cute in this.
Yes.
There's a really, like, wholesome moments.
Very cool. Yeah. I think to me, I was just like, she didn't realize she did that. Because... things just keep happening throughout her pregnancy that she's not controlling. So I just went, that was just... She doesn't think she did it, but she did because she can't control herself because she's pregnant. Yeah. That was kind of how I read it, but I really like that.
I think it's cute.
That's cool.
I think it's a fun little tease. Speaking of the power outage and stuff, the best gag, I'd say in the series so far, is when she's like, how do I look at the dress? And then the power goes out and he's like, oh, thank God. It's very good.
Thank God, a distraction.
Yeah.
It is great. And the fact that he's married to her.
Yeah. Like, what a bit.
The saddest, like, most nervous guy is married to the girl that everyone's afraid of.
Yeah.
It's like, that makes so much sense now.
Yeah.
And also, how did he get her? Like,
it's very strange.
It's bizarre.
I'm intrigued where all these characters are coming from. It's a question that I've got on here. Like, it's like, who are these people? Because this episode has changed a lot of that now.
Yeah.
Because before now I was like, they're either not real... or maybe they're trapped in here or something. But it's like, the way I saw it was as soon as Wanda is not focused, she's looking at something else, they can slip. Because the first time it happens, like when she's talking to Monica, outside, everything's going wrong. They're starting to realize. And throughout the episode, she's pregnant. She's focused on that. And so during the course of that, the doctor's like, gotta get out of here. Like, I'm slowly starting to realize.
Yeah, okay.
So every time Wanda isn't focused, she's and if you wanted to track it back to F1, when they were accusing her of stuff, she's not focusing, and then the dude starts dying. That's my takeaway, is that, whenever Wanda's distracted, that's when the illusion starts to break, and people can get out. Because, that's kind of what I got from this one. Also, interesting. And we could talk more about, why did she choose to be pregnant? Because if this is her illusion, she chose to be in pain. Like, I know it's the beauty of childbirth and all that.
Yeah, is it just like, she just kind of like a societal thought to like, everything will be fine when I'm married with a family.
Yep.
And it's like, that is normalcy.
Totally, yeah.
So that's all she seems to want in all of this, is like, we're just going to be normal. We just want to be normal. That's it. We're going to have kids.
Yep.
So she's like, kids.
Doing that.
And that's just, it's just a thing. Like, people want to become pregnant not because they want to be in pain.
No, but
because they want
But I'm just saying that there's like an aspect of something else is happening to everything. So why did she choose to, like, apart from the, like, normalcy thing, it's like, I'm taking the self-agency away from Wanda in that she hasn't decided to do this. And that someone else is like, I know what children you will have. and I need those powers.
Okay.
That's what I'm wondering, if that's a thing. I don't know. I'm still on that train of thought from Ep 1 and 2 where I'm like, everything is something else.
Yeah. Okay.
And the fact that she can even have children, and the fact that she just has pain, I'm like, you'd think you'd just negate that bit, considering you're not actually pregnant. You could just slip them out.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm intrigued about that.
I wonder whether they thought that deeply.
Yeah, I don't know.
They're like, pregnancy, pain. It just has to happen.
We'll do the thing.
And like, if it didn't, that would be a weird thing, and people will be like, because
the 9 months and 2 days isn't.
No pain is not realistic.
That's not realistic.
But yeah, I wonder whether they just chucked it in just because.
Yeah.
You are thinking about this way more than I am.
I know.
I think I'm just letting it happen.
I just want to get to the end of the mystery. I just want to know what's happening, man.
That's what I was saying last week.
Yeah.
Like, just release everything, please. I want to. My mom was like, I just want to watch all of it right now.
I do think that because they released the first 3 episodes to the press, I think all 3 of these should have gone out last week.
Okay.
I definitely think this was the one that would hold people. And if you had 3 available and this was the last one, you would have less backlash online, I feel like.
Yeah.
Has
there been backlash?
People hate it.
Really?
There's like
first 2?
Yeah, and then there's like a 50-50. Some people are like, I'm sticking around. Some people are like, I don't want to be here for this. This is boring. But it's people that are coming to expecting a Marvel film, and it's not that.
Yeah.
And so that's why.
Nerds hate change.
People can't deal with it. Can I hit you another, like, what's going on question?
Yeah, okay.
The stalk. Why couldn't she get rid of it? She was able to do anything else in this world. What put the stalk there?
This is...
Who did that?
See, again, in my head, I'm just like,
it's a funny gag.
Yeah, it's just a gag because she's a witch, she's not controlling things, and it's a funny gag that she can't get rid of it because that's the sort of... That's the way a gag would have happened in these...
in that
era
totally.
of things, where it's like she's just distracting them in different directions and trying to shoot them in a different way. Sure. I'm not thinking about this any further than just like uncontrollable and it's a gag.
Okay.
But hit me because you got something.
Well, look.
Probably.
The theory that everyone is having is that Mephisto is behind all of this. And so because Agnes keeps talking about the devil. She keeps making devil references. She's like, devil's in the detail, and that's not the only place he is. And so people...
Oh my god, I've missed that.
Yeah.
Because Mephisto is... who got her pregnant in the comics, right?
I think, children-related thing. Yeah, he made those children happen.
Yeah. Not that they did anything
put them
to have kids,
her.
But he made her have kids. She, like, sold her soul in some sort of way or something.
So that's why people, like, maybe he forced those children to happen. And that's who's behind all of this. Yeah. Which I'm like...
Which then, that would answer the question of who's doing this to you.
Yeah.
In episode 2, the thing coming through the radio, each time something weird happens like that, something real bad starts happening.
Yeah.
The dude started choking and nearly died.
Yeah.
The girl...
Bloody hand.
The girl, crushed a glass and broke the glass. So it's like, if she's not focusing, back to your focusing thing, if she's not focusing, people literally start, like, dying and hurt, but she has to focus. So then, like,
maybe she's keeping them safe.
Yeah, when the beekeeper came out, she was like, "Wait a second, I've got to protect everyone." So then she
I like that twist.
Everything from the bad guy coming out with the bees,
and so then maybe because Monica's slipping it out, she's like, "You're not safe in here. Get out."
Yeah,
and so they're painting her as a villain. They're going to keep painting her as a villain, but all this time she's actually protecting these people that are trapped in there with her.
I'm glad we discussed.
I like that.
Here we go.
That.
That was live.
That was a good theory. I like that. But another little bit of Will reading too far into something, but probably not, is Monica's anecdote about getting a job, which I read as she was hired to get in and find out what was happening. Because she's like, I got a job. It's a great job. The boss was like, here's this thing. And I'm like, so I'm wondering if that was Sword employing her to get into the world.
Okay.
And that one, I've got nothing else to that, but I again, am just treating a lot of things as double meanings, and I'm thinking that might have actually been her becoming an agent of Sword.
Yeah, because when she's saying that, all of that stuff, and like all the anecdotes about her with her boss and stuff like that, that's the stalk gag.
Yes.
So I like barely focused on what she was saying.
You're like, stop.
Yeah, I'm just like, what's she doing? What's she doing? Because that is how they seem to play that, is just like
cover up the information.
Wanda's not focused.
Yeah.
So
that's a good point. Yeah.
They make sure the audience isn't focused either. I feel like the audio drops a little bit for her as well, so that it focuses on more like ambient sound.
Totally. That's a good point, because I mean, that's what we were talking about last time, was the laugh track often overpowers the tension, the bad stuff. Yeah. So it is a thing of, constantly they're just making you forget that something's happening. So yeah, I'm wondering if that's a thing. Because
distraction.
Because also they keep talking about her not having a house or anywhere to be, yet she's talking about having a job. So that's her real mind talking.
Yeah.
Not the character that's in the show.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's an interesting point, that she doesn't have that everyone's like, who is she? So she's obviously a latecomer to the WandaVision world as well. Yeah. So yeah, that's why I think, I feel like that might have been a little bit of a like, this is actually where she's come from, but we're painting it in the sitcom vibes. Yeah. Which is good fun. When Vision comes back to babies and he says, I missed it, it was like genuinely quite sad. Even though as we're like, there's another one coming, it's okay. But it was still like, aw, poor guy.
Yeah. I hadn't thought about that either.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Because the whole time I'm like, how are they going to play this gag? Like, I thought he would be like down there, and this is why I was like, why does she have pain? I thought he would be down there being like, cute baby, and then another one, because it would be Speed, would just go, poof. Because it'd be the speedster.
So he just so funny.
The wizard took his time because he's a normal baby, and the other one just goes.
That would have been so good. They almost could have changed the pregnancy part to like, okay, they went and got the doctor for, obviously there was more gags and more stuff.
Yeah,
but like, episode 1, Vision literally just reached into a dude and pulled out a chunk of meat.
Put his hat in himself in episode 2.
Yeah. So like, he could have just reached in and taken the baby.
Totally. Yeah.
Could have been like a C-section without having to cut anyone open.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, that might have been a step too far. Maybe. But I think I might have had that too. But yeah, I was like, this is actually emotional. I like, do you want to look at them as your real self? And he turns into Vision again.
Yeah, that was nice. Yeah, that was very nice.
It's very cute. And then everything turns to shit. Because Monica, what's her name in it? Francine or something? I don't know.
I thought it started with G.
Geraldine. That's the one. Monica brings up Ultron and Quicksilver. Yeah. Like, as soon as she said Ultron, I'm like, no one has talked about Ultron since Ultron. Yeah. And no one has talked about Pietro since Ultron. Yeah. So it was like, oh shit. Yeah. As an audience, we were like, oh.
And that's also where Wanda started breaking.
Yeah, when she said Pietro, when she said I was a twin, she's now Russian as well. She's gone back to being Sokovian.
Yes. Yeah, because she says it in accents and stuff as well.
And starts singing in Sokovian.
Yeah. That was really nice. I've really liked that actually. Yeah. I really liked that song. I'm like, I want to learn this. I want to learn the song. I want to learn like
someone's done the translation of it.
I was going to call them nightmares. They're not nightmares. Lullabies. The opposite.
Nightmare. I want to give my kids nightmares.
I want to learn lullabies in other languages because they're really, it was really beautiful.
It's better than Baba Black Sheep.
Exactly. But yeah, when she started doing that, that's when the people, close to when the people outside started kind of hinting at something else. Yeah. And inside, Monica started breaking, or Geraldine started breaking as well. And then it was almost like when Scarlet Witch cast Geraldine out, then she was back focused.
She was focused again, yeah.
And then the other two were like, well, I gotta go.
Yeah. Which was sick. I liked that they didn't show it as well. That was nice, like, tension. Because, like, she does the like, this is how messed up Wanda possibly is she does the head tilt she did towards Thanos. Because she's, like, looking at her and goes, like that. And I'm like, holy shit, what are you about to do to this woman?
Go for the head.
Go for the head. But, that was cool. I hope we get to see her casting someone out in a future episode. Because I'm sure that's a cool effect.
Yeah.
Imagine if she has to...
Moustache Man. Yeah, whatever his name is.
Not Ross Geller from Friends. Everyone thinks it's him. He even came onto TikTok to tell people it's not him.
That was the best. I love that he's on TikTok now. Like,
I'm not David Schwimmer. I know, I've been getting that a lot recently.
Huh? Who David Schwimmer? No, Ross from Friends. Oh, I see your new show, WandaVision. You're very good. You're my favorite part, my friend.
But just so you know, I'm not Ross.
Just another point of thing. I'm so glad we got more Vision. Because, like, Scarlet Witch is she's prevalent in the films, but even, like, Civil War, Vision is like, stay here, Wanda, and then he's not in the movie anymore. Yeah. So it's been really nice, especially this episode, because this has been the most normal Vision that we've had so far. The other two are very Dick Van Dyke. This is like this is Vision. And it's probably because he's starting to be like, something's wrong.
Yeah.
And so he's breaking out as well.
He's picking up on things as well, yeah.
And that leads to the question, what is Vision? Because if these people are
dead,
real,
right? Yeah.
what is he? Because obviously there's a corpse out there, there's a grayscale corpse, but he's got the thing, he's got the stone, and also I just don't imagine. My mind isn't going, oh, it's the body that was dead, he's back. So, but then it's like, well, it can't be her subconscious, because that kind of wouldn't make sense. But maybe because they're in her realm, she's making them see him, but he's interacting with things.
Yeah.
It's like, what is he? And then what is he once this show finishes?
And he's got his own, like, side story, and he goes away and has a job.
Yeah.
So if it's all in Wanda's mind, then she just sits at home and imagines what he's doing at work, questioning what the job is.
It's the first Jumanji movie when we see a cutscene of the villain. And it's like, you've broken the film now.
Yeah.
You've broken the whole thing that you're going for.
Yeah.
Still love that movie. I still love the thing that it's an internal thing. That he's not there.
Yeah.
Like, it'll be that thing of when it all has to fall apart, she has to leave him.
But it's internal.
But it's also a geographical place now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they cast her out and you can see walls and, like a warbling or something.
She's got, like, a perception filter around it or something.
It's a digital Truman Show.
Yes. It's,
location.
Themyscira.
Yeah.
She's hidden a place.
Something like that. Or they've hidden a place and they've put her in it, or
some of the
something.
lights around it.
Yeah.
It's very strange.
It is, but it totally turned into Truman Show at the end. But also, just super, super quickly before we forget, and this probably should have been like a really early on thing, because we've talked about much more important things than this.
Yeah.
But I really loved when they were talking to the guy doing his garden. The freaking the way he was hedging through a thing, and he's like, "Oh, you might have gone too far." He's like, "Yep," just keeps going. But the thing I love is that there's just a cardboard background.
Yeah. It's a painted set.
Yeah,
totally.
And it's so clear, which I feel like hasn't been in any episode before, like
sure.
that.
Because they're on a normal street in the other one.
Yeah. Not as strongly, but this is like that guy has like a meter of space to do his hedging because there's just a wall directly behind him.
For sure.
But I love that little addition.
Yeah,
it's totally unnecessary. They didn't need to have that, but they did.
Yeah, this isn't the thing. I've got 3 questions that I want us to end here. And then have for the next one and be like, this is the thing of like, by the end of this, we'll have the answer and we'll laugh at our theories as we go.
Yep.
But the other thing, I'm intrigued because there's a possibility that this is season 1. So I'm intrigued what season 2 would be. I personally would love it, and I don't know how different it would be if it tripped through film. Like, each era of film, maybe. Yeah. But you need a good story and reason, because this is working because it's the Suburbicon sort of bullshit thing.
Yeah. Because it feels like by the end of this season, she'll be out.
Yeah, for sure. Well, she's got to be in Doctor Strange. So
it's like, can they do a second season of this in a similar way? Because then that would mean they'd have to put her back into something.
Yeah.
Or do they do it where she's like, I need to go back in and save the people?
Yeah, or there's something in there. I mean, we're diving into the multiverse. Maybe it's a multiversal thing.
Yep.
It's not actually different eras of TV. It's like literal different worlds.
Holy crap.
It's
imagine
Spider-Man when Noir.
Yeah,
and stuff.
Sword literally has like that's like a portal.
Yeah, totally. We done it again. Okay,
I forgot that it was multiversal.
Yeah, that's where we're getting to. Is multiverse. So the first one is just in general, what is happening? What do you think? Like, what is this?
In my simple mind, in my simple, barely thinking about this mind, this is,
which is probably the correct answer
potentially.
To be honest,
this is Truman Show.
Yep,
they're like actors.
Yep,
somehow. Like when they were like, she's here because we're I was like, because we're actors.
Yep.
Now I'm thinking because we're like spoiling it, like we're breaking or like breaking character.
Yep.
And like she's here to try and fix it or something. Like that there is something very clear there, like we are.
Yeah, we're going to get that resolution.
That's what we need to find out to then find out what is this.
Yeah, that's the,
I guess.
That's the penultimate
that's the clincher.
Yeah.
But yeah, in my head it's just, she's in there for some reason, I don't know why. Maybe the Avengers went, Sword, you have to look after her because she's like,
she's gone.
Something was happening to her somewhere else, and that was post her visit to Mephisto.
Yep.
Being like, you need to, maybe she visited Mephisto to
for kids
to get
maybe
Vision back.
Yeah, that Dax,
bring it back to or something. I don't know how it would work, but yeah, I feel like this isn't her own construction.
No,
it's something else, just based on the end of this episode.
Yes, yeah,
is like it looked like you said, it's a geographical location.
Yeah,
she got kicked out of some sort of portal or something. So this is a place, maybe a multiverse thing, but it just seems to be some sort of Truman Show-esque thing. And she'll find out and then break out and figure out what's going on. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like after this, it's definitely not a mind palace, which is I think where I think everyone was up until that point.
Totally.
But I think I agree. I'm intrigued to know what the physical location would be because it changes every week.
Yeah.
And styling and stuff.
Yeah, and Sword were in
Ep 1. I'm looking at the TV.
Yeah. So they were doing that, which like they could still do that because it could still be Truman Show-esque where there's just cameras everywhere or whatever.
Yeah.
But Sword, we've only seen Sword in space, and Sword are space.
Yeah, that's
like they're galactic.
Yeah.
So it's weird that they're on Earth.
Yes.
For this, or on a Earth.
Yeah.
Something. On a planet somewhere. So it does seem weird that
they're helping out here.
I guess they could just have a local base on Earth,
totally.
Because it's just
a
another
planet.
version of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah. There's an interesting bit where I think just as Vision's like, something's very weird here, his eyes go directly at the camera and back.
Do they?
Yeah. I watched it again the same night. He looks directly at the camera as he says something's very weird. His eyes dart. Which, like, this is not the show for that to be an accident.
No,
at all.
Not at all.
So imagine if they're, as an easy in for, like, the MCU, what if they're just, like, the Stark drones from Far From Home? And they're cloaked. Like, they're filming it. But they just can't see them. And for a minute, the illusion was broken and Vision saw the drone that was filming them. But then it's a question of why the fuck are they filming him? I think it's a physical location. I think the main thing is Wanda thinks she has control over it.
Yeah.
I think she has forgotten that someone else put her there.
Yeah.
I think there's a greater power, but she doesn't know that. Well, she knows that, but she's forgotten it. I think that's the big thing.
Yeah. Because we already know that she's essentially, I know there's like that Thor is the most powerful.
Yeah, but Scarlet
it's
Captain
Hulk
Marvel
is strongest Avenger or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's totally...
She can change the universe.
Which is crazy, yeah.
She says 3 words.
She literally is made from an Infinity Stone.
Yeah, totally.
She's the one made from an Infinity Stone.
Yeah.
So she's super strong. So yeah, she has so much control here, and that's clearly what she's trying to do, because she's like, no, reverses things.
Yep.
There was like a skip in this episode as well.
Yeah, there was. That freaked me. I thought my Disney Plus was broken.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah, totally. But it was less of a rewind and just I think it was just a skip. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a black frame and then it was back. And I was like, what's going wrong? So she's still got control, but someone else is choosing what she can do, I think. And then what do you think's happening next week? Because next week is Full House. It's probably Family Ties. Because for me, my dream, which, again, I hope that if I spoil this, I'm sorry. Yeah. I vaguely know that. This is like when I stopped watching sitcoms.
Okay.
And then I came back for like 2.5 Men or something. But this is the era of sitcom. But like John Stamos in Full House is like the cool uncle that like swings by every now and then. So what I'm thinking is the cool uncle would be Pietro. Because he is the cool uncle.
He is the cool uncle.
And then, to go a step further as a fun sitcom-y gag, you have halfway through the episode, only for like a scene or two, he's played by the dude that plays him in the Fox universe. And Vision, and no one acknowledges it. It just goes by, completely goes by. No one, maybe Vision's like, you seem like you've changed a little bit. And he's like, yeah, well, I had a haircut or something. And then by the end of the episode, Aaron Taylor Johnson's back again. Something Evans, I don't remember. But, like, come on. That is, like, such an easy in of a gag.
Imagine.
That's my, like, bit that I think Quicksilver will show up very soon.
Yeah.
And that would be, I feel like, the easiest in to get him into the sitcom. Especially after mentioning him. Yeah. It's like she's now sad and thinking of him.
Back into the whole universe.
Totally. They've got him now.
I want him back. Yeah. He was so good. We've been waiting for him.
Absolutely.
Every time we're like, what if they bring him back?
What if we just do that? And this is the time.
Don't bring him back to
Yeah.
Like, oh man.
So I have a feeling that this will be the end for that, and I just feel like they'll go for that joke.
Yeah.
Whether it's
that would be cool.
Because I don't know. I've heard rumors that Aaron Taylor Johnson,
nice,
the one from Age of Ultron,
yep,
he doesn't actually want to come back. Whereas the other guy was enjoying doing the Fox universe. Okay. So whether it's the other way around,
sure,
and we start with him, and then the rest of the episode is the Fox guy, and they just kind of gloss over that, and they're like, he's the same actor, same character.
Did you just not enjoy it because he got killed straight away in his first episode?
Yeah.
First movie?
He was probably also like, I can't kiss Elizabeth Olsen in this movie. I did it all through Godzilla, and you won't let it happen here? What's that about? Same year. Very weird.
Very weird. I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen the movie? Yeah, have you got any, like, what might happen next week?
I really don't. No. Again, I don't think...
Yeah. You just watch this.
I just take it in. I'm just like, just come at me.
I know. But yeah, no, it's good freaking show.
Yeah.
We managed to make this longer than the one about 2 episodes.
And we were like, yeah, no, there's not going to be enough to warrant that.
I'm terrible. We're terrible. Yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody. What's that? If you want to check out more content, you can subscribe. You can watch episodes 1 and 2. Oh, look at that. Look at that thing. We're coming back to Twitch once, everyone is where they belong and everything makes more sense in the world. Yep. We're coming back to Twitch. So jump on over to twitch.tv/ETTO. And if you want to support us, where can they go?
Well, they can go to Patreon. Because we have a whole bunch of Patreons, but our Patreons are...
They're what?
They're,
What are they?
Nah, look.
Just spit it out.
Nah, don't worry about it, then.
This is so boring.
I think I've got to go.
Well, until the next podcast about the WandaVisions, I've been Will. See ya. That's a new one. Something's missing.